Okay, this is lecture for lesson 4. We have to kind of review what we have studied before as far as core structures. In lesson 1, lesson 2, we have studied X and Y. This is nominal, but lesson 2, X and adjective. Those are descriptive sentences we have studied. And in lesson 3, we have studied X V intransitive verb, and also X Y or verb, transitive verb. And then we also studied X place in place. This is not part of core structure, so it's a parenthesis. Ikimasu, kimasu, kaerimasu. So this is core structures, and also in this lesson we are going to learn new core structures. One is X が Y があります、います、いります、できます、わかります。They are why it is really put in. We have to put into the special category, because in English those have, need, can do or understand. They belong to transitive verb, but we cannot use direct object. The reason is the subject person cannot control those verbs. In other words, you cannot say please need or please understand such a Japanese language or something. You cannot do that. So in other words, X is rather controlled by the verbs. So they are in Japanese, they are in the special category. Now, you tend to, native English speaker tend to use here this Y, but never, don't use it. Okay, and then this one is arimasu. Here's arimasu, imasu, imasu too. Arimasu is basically referred to, this subject is inanimate, tangible, inanimate, and imasu is animate. And we have also this one, arimasu is there. Now, this structure is have or has, and these structures are basically there is, there are. So there is X in this place. This is location, indicates Pに X があります. And X has to be inanimate, and Pに X がいます is X to that has to be animate. And this one is, this has to be intangible action involved verb. So for instance, party. Party is action involved intangible thing. You cannot grab the party. Arimasu. So that's, you have to use arimasu, but place where action occurs de. We learned it previously in lesson 3. So we have to apply to this place. And then finally we have a structure, core structure. It's really, there's none here, kakarimasu. So it takes, and those are all kind of how, from where to where. So the basic structure, what it is, it takes 2 hours from place 1 as far as place 2 by, let's say, car. So we use, right, P1 から P2 まで車で let's say 2時間かかります. This is extent. So that's what we are going to learn it. Now these are core structure. You really have to remember those. So these are core structure that you have to remember. Lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. Now, along with those structures, if it is necessary, you need to have this kind of group 3 particles, right? This one is group 2, and X, Y is group 1. This is kind of review, but I'll do it again. Ga o when you have secondary particle. For instance, X が Y or stuff like that, and you have a verb, and you want to make it wa or mo or dake or shika. You attack the secondary particle. This means, of course, basically at least it means that this is including, this is just, this is nothing but. So we have studied. Now, as soon as you pick up any of one, wa, mo, or dake, or shika, then primary particle has to be deleted, as we have studied previously. Now, in group 2, especially for the elementary level, we study ikimasu, kimasu, kaerimasu. Those 3 verbs, when you have go to or come to, return to, this one, when you pick up wa or mo or ni dake or shika, you will be able to delete or you keep it. In other words, 東京に行きます、or 東京には行きます、or 東京は行きます、or 東京へは行きます。You have 3 choices. もう一度先生、東京も行きます、東京にも行きます、東京へも行きます。So these are group 2. And we studied in lesson 3, group 3. Let's say, 私はスミスさんと、or 明日、or 1時にレストランで食べます。So these are group 3. In lesson 4, in addition to those, we have studied by means of plus de. So this is 車で行きます or 箸で食べます or and extent. Extent is usually in front of verb. That is most common and fine. So ちょっとします or たくさんします、1日します、1時間します。And then finally we have studied P から、P まで place から one place から another place まで or one kind of time から、time まで we have studied. Those are basically what you have to know it in lesson 1, 2, 3, 4 as far as structure is concerned. All right? So that is, and also you have to remember that you have just one single sentence. In case of single sentence, future and habitual and past. Well, we say imperfective, and perfective. So imperfective, they're identical in English, in Japanese. In English is future tense and I would say present tense, frequency, habitual, repetitive case. Now we have repetitive. Basically we have 5. 大抵行きます、時々行きます、よく行きます and so forth. And also we have studied adjectival. So the degree of adjectival. とても面白いです。まあまあ面白いです。ちょっと面白い。So we have studied those. So basically that's from lesson 1 to lesson 4. All right. Okay, after the structure thing that we have to look at the new vocabulary, location, duration, and transportation. The one reason is that because by means of here, this is the extent. This one is ni or de or kara or whatever. I will explain it here. Now, location. These are all location normal. Location related normal. So, for instance, let's say a 本の上 that is 本の上 is a top place on the book. In other words, at the top of the book. That's what it means. 本の上. But this is related to place related nominal. So you have to be careful of that. Now, when do you use those? It depends on what kind of verb or rather predicate you are using it. Okay, so we use, instead of 本の上, we rather want to use, let's say ビルの前. ビルの前, for instance. ビルの前. That's in front of the building, that area. So ビルの前がいいです. That's the X が adjective です。ビルの前に、ビルの前へ行きましょう。ビルの前でしませんか？ビルの前にあります。います。ビルの前から行きます。So those are all expression. It belongs to place ni or place there, location, place ni, or from such and place to as far as such and such place. So these are just the area of. In other words, this is a really big noun. Big noun. This is noun. This is noun, and we did X and Y. So this is a big noun. So as far as semantically, it is allowed to say wherever you want to use, you can use it. Now, then we are studying duration here. Is duration. 1時間、1日、2日. Now duration. I put parentheses here. Those are optional. You could say 1日 or 1日間 or 2日、2日間. But without parentheses, that's obligatory. 1時間、1週間、1年間. I mean, no. Without parentheses, it's 1時間 or 1週間. Right? Those are, you have to remember those things. Now, and then if I use duration, you can use it as with a verb as an extent. So 5. Not only just the duration, but also we are studying classifier. I remember the 1台、2台、3台 or 1つ、2つ、3つ. That's also, you can use it as an extent position. But remember, this is a duration, but this is a noun. Therefore, you can use it wherever segment it is necessary. You can use that. And finally, transportation, because we use. By the way, 1日 is a duration, but the first of month is 1日. The rest is identical. So in other words, if you're talking about the duration, 1日, right? But if you're talking about the 1日, so 9月1日, the first month of October, right? And 2日、3日、4日、5日, they are all identical. So it depends on the context. You should be able to find out if it's a specific point of time, extent, then you have 5, but specific point of time, let's say 1日、2日に, then that's a time when action occurs. But if you say 2日します is I do for 2 days. So you can identify. Now, go back to transportation. 車で行きます is I go by car. And also, when you say 箸で食べます I'm going to eat with chopsticks. Or 日本語で話します I will speak in Japanese. So in English it's with or in or by, but in Japanese it's just de only. Alright. Also, now this is by means of the. If in front of the is a nominal, then 日本語で or 箸で. However, this one is, we don't know how to make this te form. It's called te form or gerund form. This derived from verb te form. Then it becomes phi. This is by means of phi. So you have to remember that. 歩いて or 走って by on foot or running. Okay, these are the we have to know it in this lesson. Okay.